Three, two, three, two, one. I don't think they really ready for my wardrobe. I show up right before the store closed and bump my feet on my last four shows. I do one song and use four flows. She used to be Christian before, now all she wanna do is shop at Christian Dior clothes. Like baby, those are cute. I adore those. Me and the salesman, we report so he used to Hey yo, welcome back to another episode of the Arts About Podcast. I am your host, Eric Curry the third. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Y'all looking good? Y'all looking great? Man, it feels good. It feels good. I'm feeling good today, man, on this lovely Tuesday, January 7th. Wow. I didn't even realize January 6th was yesterday. That's crazy. If you're listening to this for the first time, hello. We do this thing called the Arts Block Podcast. We do this 2 times a week, every Wednesday, every Sunday. I'm Eric Curry III. I'm your host. I come on here, talk to y'all about some cool art stuff, go on about my business, and y'all go on about y'all's. If this is your first time watching, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you can be notified every time we post a podcast that is on YouTube. If you are listening on your favorite podcast platform, please give me a 5-star and a review. Just say that this is the greatest podcast that you have ever heard in your life, and that will suffice. Listen, this is what we're going to do today. This is going to be a regular pod today, no personal life stuff. This is going to be regular. We're in the art today. And I love it. Listen, so what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about Lil Tjay and Fivio Foreign smoking on stream. They were smoking that good on the stream. Also, Travis Scott was smoking some good on Y'all know Travis Scott, WWE let Travis Scott smoke a J. WWE, the PG rated PG show that moved on to Netflix and started letting Travis Scott smoke the J on the that is a beautiful sight to see. We're going to talk about the Doechii hate. We're going to talk about Zendaya, and then we're going to talk about we gonna swerve on that corner. Whoa. Oh, what's the words? We're gonna swerve and hit that corner. Whoa. I don't wanna tweak it and then I let that blow. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk. We're going to talk about LiAngelo Ball. Listen, I'm going to try to keep this episode as short and as brief as I can because I do have somewhere to be. I have a birthday party to go to literally right after this. It actually starts at 6 and currently it is 5:24. I'm going to be late, but I'm going to get there. I'm going to be there. You feel me? You dig. All right, let's jump straight into it. Let's waste no time. First thing on the docket, you know what? I'm not gonna go in the order. I'm gonna go not in the order that I said it, but I'm just gonna talk, right? First thing on the docket, why do y'all hate Doechii? Now, I've been seeing a lot on Instagram, Twitters, a lot of hate being thrown around ever since the Denial is a River music video that came out. One, if you haven't watched Doechii's the Denial is a River video, it's amazing. It pays homage to a lot of black sitcoms. It pays homage to Spike Lee. It pays homage to a lot of things, a lot of different people. It's amazing, right? It's super. The creative direction is great. The direction is great. The script was amazing. Like, it's just everything about that scenery, everything about the video was just spoke amazingness, right? And I loved every part of it. So if you haven't watched it, please, after this pod, go ahead and check out that Denial is a River video. But it seems to me that a lot of you all listen to hip hop music. No. You all hear music, but you don't listen to the music. You all hear the music, but you don't listen to the music because you guys tell us obvious things that we already know about the artist. For example, right? You guys tell us how peaceful J. Cole is. Oh, J. Cole is just such a peaceful guy. Or J. Cole talks about X, Y, and Z. And we'll go pull up the receipts and be like, oh, yeah, well, he said this in these songs right here, right? Or Kendrick Lamar is such an X, Y, and Z. Kendrick Lamar, he's such a hypocrite because he talks about this, that, and the third. And, well, in these songs, we see him talk about X, Y, and Z explicitly. So you can't really say that, right? And the same thing is happening in Doechii, which can be a good thing. I'm going to get to that later, though. A lot of you all are now coming across old videos of Doechii where she was in a very bad time for herself and in her life, which she is open about on Denial is a River. She's very open about the hard time that she was having, her depressive episodes that she was going through during like her upcoming and fame and success and money and all of that stuff. But a lot of you guys kind of overlooked that, and I don't know if you misheard or didn't hear or just don't care to listen. But you guys jump straight to conclusions, pulling up old videos, pulling up old receipts of things that she has said and done, and including a freestyle that she has done where it apparently looks like she took a bump of coke before she went on and murdered the freestyle. The freestyle was the America Has a Problem freestyle. And she murdered the freestyle, but before she did the freestyle, it did look like she took a little... And you know, hey, whatever gets your creative juices flowing, that's none of my business. My business is just to report on the business everybody else talks about. That's what I do. Whatever you do to keep your creative juices flowing, if you need a little, hey, that is none of my business. What is my business, though, is that you all are bashing this girl now. And you guys are like, oh, look at her. She's a junkie. How can you support somebody who's a drug addict? How can you support somebody who's this? How can you support somebody who's that, right? And I want to touch on a couple different points. The first point I want to touch on is that, one, artists are human. So as much as you look at these artists and as much as you see this artist and you be like, oh, well, we're just going to automatically put them up here because now they're an artist and they're popping, or we're going to put them at this level, this pedestal, whatever the case may be. You have to take a step back and look and be like, wait, hold on. At the end of the day, they're human. Mistakes happen. Shit happens. Things come up. Accidents, life things happen. And you just so happen to be in this public light. And now you have to deal with public things. You have to deal with private things publicly. Same thing like currently with Naomi Osaka, right? Naomi Osaka just announced that her and Corday are no longer together. I'm pretty sure the internet could have put two and two together because Corday and Naomi Osaka weren't really seen together as much as they used to be in a whole bunch of other stuff, right? But she made sure to say, well, it's no bad blood, it's this, that, and the third, it's all love, he's a great guy, and I'm glad that we crossed paths because he blessed me with the greatest gift, which is our daughter, right? Which is a beautiful thing to say. However, it's bad that I don't know if she felt like she needed to make that a statement, but if she did, it's bad enough that she feels like she needs to make her private life, her and another guy's private life, the public's business when it's really not any of our business. So that's number one. Artists are human. What they've done in the past, unless they care enough to share those things, is really not our business. And there's no real need to dig those things up. For example, people on Twitter was talking about how active superstars were back in the day, like how active Rihanna was on Twitter, how active Zendaya was, how active celebrities were on social media back in the day. They will post funny pictures of themselves, they will post crazy outfits, they'll post pretty much any and everything, right? Because that's what social media it was made for and was used for at the time. Now people are going back and say, well, oh man, I wonder why we don't get these type of videos from our celebrities no more. I wonder why we don't get this type of content from our faves anymore, right? I wonder why Zendaya doesn't go around making these type of videos, right? It was literally a video of Zendaya in the car, and I think she was singing If It Ain't About the Money by T.I. I'm like 95% sure she was in the car singing If It Ain't About the Money. And people was like, man, I wonder why we don't get these videos of her anymore. Why does she make these type of videos anymore, right? Because y'all are weird. And y'all make everything weird. And y'all overanalyze the littlest, smallest, teeniest things. You guys take it, zoom in, overanalyze, write a 50-page think piece on it, submit it online to Instagram, to Twitter, to Facebook, to wherever you are. And then for engagement, keep farming that and keep just oh, we're going to keep attacking this thing because it gathers engagement. We're going to keep attacking this thing, keep talking about this thing. And it gets draining. So instead of things being draining and instead of me having fun in front of you guys so you guys can overanalyze everything, guess what? I'm going to have fun privately. I'm going to have fun where there's no cameras, where there's no things. And if there is cameras and if I am recording myself singing a song, guess where it's going to stay? It's going to stay in the safety of my camera roll. Same thing with LeBron, right? This LeBron at LeBron's party singing Man in the Garden thing, right? They're saying people assume that Drake released the freestyle, or he had Conductor Williams release his freestyle talking about LeBron, because LeBron was at his 40th birthday party singing Man in the Garden, the Kendrick Lamar song. I deserve it all, right? And LeBron was in his bag, and LeBron knew all the words, which we need to give it up for Bron. Woo, woo, woo. Let's give it up for LeBron, because we know LeBron never knows all the words to any songs, but he knew all the words to that motherfucker. He knew all the words to that. Hey, listen, Bron did not skip a beat in Man in the Garden. I've never seen Bron rap that with that much passion in my life. Bron was in that joint. It was like nobody else was there. It was just him. It was crazy. It was a beautiful sight to see. I was like, damn, Bron, you know all the words. Congratulations. That's crazy. But people are overanalyzing that. And like, oh man, Drake saw this and released that because LeBron was da-da-da. What if LeBron just likes the song and having fun? LeBron is trying to secretly dish Drake and trying to choose a side and da-da-da. No, what if I just like the record? Why do I have to be secretly dissing somebody and talking about somebody's mom and auntie? Why do I gotta do all that? Why can't I just like a song? Y'all are doing this with Doechii too. Y'all are overanalyzing old clips that she has now been very open about. There's also a video of Doechii that's been circulating, which, might I say, is a crazy video. This video this is a crazy video. So the video is basically of Doechii and old ex dude that she used to mess with years ago. This is a while ago. And basically he has a weapon pointed to her head. Use your imagination. She has a weapon pointed. He has the weapon pointed to her head. And he's like, do you love me? And she's like, yeah, babe, I love you. He was like, do you trust me? He's like, of course, babe, I trust you. Just do it. The nigga pulled the trigger. She said, just do it like it was a fucking Nike commercial. He pulled the trigger. The gun clicked and they both just had a huge kiki about it. Now that I know that video was a very traumatizing time for Doechii, and she was in a very abusive relationship. I don't know about physical abuse, but mental abuse. But this should count as physical abuse as well. This should count as physical abuse. I'm not an expert, but this should count as physical abuse. It should, right? But yeah. So that was the video, and people were like, oh my goodness, do y'all see y'all superstar? This is the next superstar that y'all expect to X, Y, and Z, and this, that, and the third. And people are online like, yo, like, bro, like, she's been open about this. She's talked about this many times, plenty of times, this video. And she's like, especially on this mixtape that she just dropped, she was like, bro, she's very open about this tough time in this relationship that she had to deal with, that she had to go through, right? And I don't know if that's the same relationship she was talking about on Denial of the River, but I'm going to guess that it is. And I was like, it gets to a point where I don't know if you all are listening to the music or if you all just don't like these people. And if you don't like these people, I have an idea why you don't like these people, right? But I think the idea of why you don't like certain people, especially people like Doechii, is because, one, she's a woman. I think that's the biggest one. One, she's a woman, and I've noticed that a lot of you niggas hate women. Like that's been a common theme that I've been seeing as of late. I haven't when people been saying it, I haven't really been believing it. I've been like, no way. Like I've been seeing a lot of things. I'm like, no way, y'all hate women, right? No way. But I've seen a lot of things where it's like, oh, a lot of you niggas don't like women. And it's a certain archetype of niggas that don't like women. It's always a specific type. It's the, I'm not going to call you out. Because if I call you out, I'm going to look crazy. But you know who you are. You know who you are. You wake up in the mirror, look at yourself in the mirror and be like, Yeah, you, you're the one. You're the one. I hit a nerve. You're the one. Listen, a lot of so that's number one, right? I've noticed a lot of people, a lot of men specifically, just hate women and hate anything women do. For example, it's this lady by the name of Joy Taylor. She is a sports analyst and she is on Fox Sports. And there was claims that were alleged claims that were released from a hairstylist saying that Joy had sexual relations with one of her co-hosts and another executive so she can get to a certain spot in her career where she is now, right? There's another dude, a guy that is the description of a person that I think about when I think of men hating women. Like the description of a guy that I think about is this guy. His name is Jason Whitlock, I believe. I think his name is Jason Whitlock. And I'm not going to describe the dude. You guys can just look up the dude if you want to see the description of guys that, hate women. And he said when he was talking about the situation, because he's also in sports, he was like, man, I can just tell by how she just presents herself. And this is his words, by the way, not mine. Listen, Eric Curry, the words that are about to come out of my mouth are not Eric Curry III's words. These are the words of another man by the name of Jason Whitlock. I believe that is his name. Continue. So he is going to come and say, man, if it was me, right, I wouldn't have took it because I know how to contain myself. It's just something about how she presents herself, with how she reveals her perky chest with her peanut butter soft skin, and I just had to be like, Jason, contain yourself. These are words that he said out of his mouth about another woman. Words and things that has nothing to do with him. About a woman who, even if she was warranted the opportunity, probably would never even look in his direction because it will be so disgraceful and distasteful. That's who a lot of you guys are. And you hate yourselves for it. And that's okay. If I was you niggas, I would hate me too. The second thing I've noticed, that's the second thing. The third thing that I've noticed about how you guys treat artists is that, when an artist is popping and an artist gets a little too successful for your liking, and people like these people a little bit more than you would want them to like them, you guys get a little, I don't know if it's envy, I don't know if it's jealousy, I don't know what it is. But when these artists get a certain amount of followers or a certain following and they see people actually rock with them, and this isn't a thing that's like here today and gone tomorrow, it's not one of those type of things. And it's like, oh no, this person might actually be here to stay. It's like the hater badge or like the hater antennas start going off. It's like hater alert. It's my time to hate. Oh, it's my time to shine. Oh, I gotta start hating. Like, this person can't get too much love. Like, what's wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? What is going? Let's talk. This is arts block therapy. What is happening in you all's miserable lives to where you cannot just be happy for another person of color, another woman who is highly successful in the field that she's in as a rookie, as somebody who's new, as a rookie in the game? She is highly successful in an era where it is hard to do so. Why? And I'm not saying hard to do so when it comes to be successful, but maintaining success. We're going to talk about that a little later as well. Why do you feel this way? Why are you guys so butthurt about her success? What is it about her success that bothers you all? I don't know. Listen, my only complaint that I've ever heard about Doechii came from my mom is that's like, oh, Doechii just cursed a little too much, but I love her though. She just cursed a little too much, and she does. But if you don't like it, you don't gotta listen. Again, if you don't like it, you don't gotta listen. If she's not your cup of tea, you don't have to make it so known. Excuse me. You don't have to make it so known and so loud that she's not your cup of tea. Hey, I don't like her. I don't like her. I don't like her. Again, I think I said this last pod. I've never, like, I don't know why you all make it your business to make everybody know when you don't or do like something. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares if you don't like Doechii. Nobody cares if you don't like Drake. Nobody cares if you don't like Cardi. Nobody cares if you don't like Tyler. Nobody cares if you do or don't like these artists. We just care that the artist is making music, right? And you as an artist shouldn't care about who likes or doesn't like you, because you didn't do art for people to like or not like you. And if you did, you're doing art for the wrong reasons, and you should look into another profession. I'm not going to lie to you. But you're not doing these things because such and such likes you, because this person likes you, because that, and the third. That's not why we do what we do. We do what we do because we love doing what we do. We do what we do because there's a passion and a drive there for that that's not comparable to anything else. That's why we do what we do. Not because, if people like me, I'm getting acceptance from people. Right? I don't know who said this. Maybe it's T.I. I think T.I. said this, but my man, one of my best friends, shout out Abdullah, he always says this. He's like, man, if you live by the applause, you die by the boos. So if you live by the applause and you're so used to people clapping for everything that you do, then once you start getting booed and once people like, you know what, that's not it, you're going to fall and crumble like a moist cookie. You're going to be a cookie, a freshly baked cookie dipped in in some milk. You're going to be fucking crumbling. Moist cookie crumble. That's what you're going to be, because you just can't you can't get over the fact that people don't love you. So that's why you shouldn't make art for other people. You should make art for yourself. You should make art that you like. Fuck the other people. You should make art that you like. And for the consumers, that people that's consuming the art, I just want you to know that doing it is way harder than commentating on it. What I'm doing right now is easy. But if you told me to go into the booth and drop a 16, I would be in the booth for fucking hours, days, trying to drop the 16, because there's so much pressure that goes along with that. Even if it's just for me and nobody else is going to hear it, the constant thought of, well, what if, right, happens, and you're always trying to do your best. You know what? I also think that's part of the reason too. You guys don't know what it's like to try. Like, you guys don't know what it's like to try something and fail something. So when people are trying and succeeding, or you don't know what it's like to try and reach for your goals and dreams. So when people are trying or succeeding and reaching for their goals and dreams and reach a point in their goals and dreams that either A, you have never reached, B, you will never reach, C, you have never tried to reach, or D, all of the above, you start feeling some type of way. You need to get that hate out your heart, playboy. That's not good. That's not healthy. Your skin gonna break out of that. My skin started clearing up once I started living in peace. My skin started clearing up once I got that hate out my heart. Once I realized, you know what, it's not worth it. My skin is smooth. Y'all looking at me right now. I'm glowing right now. But that's because I got the hate out my heart, baby. You gotta get that hate out your heart. My skin is baby bottom smooth, baby. It's baby bottom smooth right here. It's so beautiful. You gotta get that hate out your heart, man. It's not healthy. It's not good for you. Your blood pressure gonna go up. It's gonna get treacherous. Shit get crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. Next thing on the docket, I'm gonna keep this really quick. Shout out Zendaya and Tom Holland for being newly engaged. Well, I don't know if it's newly engaged, but Zendaya popped out at one of these award shows that just passed, the Emmys, ESPYs, the one of them, the Oscars, Tonys, some award show she just popped out at, and she had a big little ring on her finger, let me not even say a big little ring, a big rock on her. She had a boulder. Like, I'm surprised she wasn't walking around. Her arm was to the floor. How big that rock was. That thing was crazy. So shout out Zendaya, shout out Tom Holland. We're happy for you. We're support you. You are Hollywood's it couple. And I'm glad that you all have found love in an open space. All right. Next thing on the docket, I'm gonna have to run through these next topics really quick because again, guys, I have to go. I gotta go to my dog's birthday party. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta go. And the jump started at 6. Currently, it is 5:46. You guys can't say I don't love y'all. How much I prioritize getting a pod out and recording, making sure I record before I go out, making sure all of these things are done before you. You guys cannot sit up here and say that I don't love you guys. I love you guys. I truly love you guys. I care for you guys in this craft. I really do. I promise y'all I do. All right, next thing on the docket. Why Lil Tjay and Fivio Foreign was playing with Black Boy Max. Now, if you don't know who Black Boy Max is, we talked about him a couple of times on here, but he is a streamer. He just released one of my favorite songs with DDG that's out now called Pink Dreads. I love that record. So yeah, shout out to Black Boy Max. He's doing amazing things and he's innovating streaming. He's innovating the music side of streaming when it comes to, hey, we're going to make these songs live on stream for the world to hear and they're going to go viral. He did songs with Nino Pade. He did songs with some New York drill rappers. He just got done with working with like Cash Cobain. Like Max is doing huge things for the music side of streaming, and he's going to change the game in 2025. I just see it. I know it's going to happen. So shout out Max. Shout out to all him and all of his success. All right, now we're going to get into who he just had on recently. He just had on Cash Cobain. That stream went well. Everybody was dancing to Pink Dress. The song had him and DDG's song. People, Cash just made another banger on the stream. Then we fast forward to the most recent stream, right? We have Lil Tjay. We have Fivio Foreign. Now, Max is currently staying at an Airbnb. Why is he staying at an Airbnb? That ain't none of my business. I don't know. I just know that he's in the Airbnb currently. And I guess Airbnb rules is that you cannot smoke in the Airbnb. I never booked the Airbnb, so I don't know Airbnb rules. But I'm assuming that the Airbnb host does not want you smoking in their Airbnb, especially if it's being recorded live on camera. I'm pretty sure the Airbnb host does not want to see that, right? So Lil Tjay, Fivio Foreign, being rappers, doing rapper shit, what rappers do along with their clique and whoever they're with, they start sparking up. Normal shit. Max looks back, sees them sparking up, being like, hey, you can't smoke in here. It's a B&B. Please just, put it out, please. I appreciate y'all. Cool. Couple minutes go by, spark up again. Max looks back again. They're just further away from the camera this time. He's like, yo, bro. Yeah, you can't do that in here, bro. You can either go out or, but you can't do that in here. Like, please. Thank y'all. Another couple more minutes go by. Another spark up happens. This time they're closer. And this time, I think they're just pressing Max's buttons. After 2 times of asking, hey, can you please do that? You guys, first time, you didn't know. Second time, okay, you guys probably misunderstood. You guys probably thought it was for the stream, so you guys are backing up. No, this isn't a stream thing. This is an Airbnb thing. So please. Now you guys are just pressing my buttons. You guys are just trying to fuck with me. So Max is eating his food. He looks to the side of him, and he's like, yo, bro. Please put that out. Like, you can't do that on here. Please, bro. Let's not do that on here. You can't do that in here, right? Fourth and final time, they spark up inside the thing. Max looks at him and they was like, yo, bro. But they're saying, oh, no, we're walking outside. We're going outside, right? We're leaving. We're about to dip. He's like, all right, bro, see y'all. Woo. All right, y'all gone? Boom, peace, right? Straight like that. People online are, let me try again. People online are outraged because of Lil Tjay specifically saying that he was just trying to act cool in front of the people and he was faking and all of this other stuff, right? And then Asian Doll, another rapper, a woman rapper, went on Twitter or Instagram, went on somewhere and said, why invite rappers in your stream if you don't want them to smoke? Hey, I have a question. Literally, do we not know time or place? There's no way you have to smoke that bad to where you can't just pop outside real quick, then come back. I think at that time they was making the beat. It was like Max, and I think the other guy is like an engineer or something. So at the time, I think they were making the beat. You guys have plenty of time to go outside, smoke as much as you want, come back in, the beat will be made, and then y'all can just hop on the beat. But instead, y'all deliberately decide to explicitly disobey me in what I'm saying in the Airbnb that I'm paying for. You niggas aren't gonna help me pay these Airbnb fees. If anything goes down, you guys aren't going to help me pay these fees. You guys aren't going to help me pay these cleanup fees. You guys aren't going to help me pay anything that goes down here in this Airbnb. That's number one. Number two, it's just basic respect. If listen, I will ask if I'm in somebody else's home and I'm not accustomed to being in their home, I will ask to do things in their home before I do anything. Hey, can I do this? Hey, may I do that? Hey, may I do this? Hey, may I do that? I'm just going to ask before I do anything because I'm not accustomed to being here. And once I get comfortable being in your home and I kind of know like what your customs are and I kind of know how you run your household, then I'm gonna move accordingly. But you guys are guests here. You guys are new here. You guys don't know what Max would want or not want. If Max was in an Airbnb or in his own house, what if he doesn't want you to smoke in his crib? Now, Max smoked on stream before, so I'm not saying that I'm not saying that is the case, right? Because he smoked on stream before, all of that stuff. But just what if, just the hypothetical, right? What if the niggas just didn't want you to smoke on stream? Or he didn't want you to smoke around in his crib, right? And you guys are explicitly disobeying that and disobeying his order in his crib. That's wild disrespectful. That's like me going on in your house, jumping on your couch with my muddy shoes on, and then digging in your refrigerator, drinking your juice out the carton, eating your chips, and motherfucking leaving the chip bag open with chips all over your floor and walking out. Like, that's wild disrespectful. Y'all niggas don't got no respect, no decorum, no nothing. Y'all just out here wilding, and y'all just wilding for no reason. Like, what's up with y'all? Like, y'all are going crazy. And listen, Max handled it so P. Like, he handled it so peace, so calm. He was like, other people was like, man, why didn't Max press him out? Why didn't Max do that? Press him out for what? What was Max going to press him out for? What was pressing him out going to do? Obviously, him asking wasn't going to make them not smoke. Obviously, he didn't want to escalate the situation at all. Then probably what it was already escalated to, if the situation was escalated at all. He didn't want to, like, and again, not saying Max is scary or nothing, but these are guests. These are people that you would want to work with again, potentially. These are relationships that you want to build and have. So you don't want to mess up those relationships. So you just want to ask as politely as possible. And it's 50 niggas in there. It's one of him. It's 50 of them niggas. Fucking want him to do? But the fight in a 20v1? No, nigga. The hell Max look like? Superman? No. He's a producer. Like, what the fuck is he going to do? So no. Max handled it so P in such a mature way, a mature, respectable way. You niggas need to learn respect, decorum, and home basic grade level home training. Grade level home training, like kindergarten level home training. You niggas are wild disrespectful. I don't like home training is a must. Y'all need to start teaching that in schools. Grade school needs to start teaching home training because y'all are not getting it at home. Y'all are wild disrespectful. If you're in somebody else's crib and they ask you, hey, can you not do that? Stop doing it. You wild ass niggas. All right, last thing on the docket. I might swerve and hit that corner. Whoa, brother, drop it, top of the top, they're ready to blow. If you don't know, LiAngelo Ball, the brother of Lonzo and LaMelo Ball, yes, the middle one who went to jail. I'm sorry, Jello. I rock with you, Jello. No smoke, no beef. But he has now released a song called Tweaker, and it's out everywhere. If you want to know, it just like surpassed 1 million streams or something like that. So shout out LiAngelo Ball. That's number one. hold on. I'm sorry. Whew. Shout out LiAngelo Ball. That is number one. The song isn't a bad song. It's a rather good song. It's a pretty good song. It gives me Louisiana 2000 vibes. Like, if Boosie hop on that record, it's gonna go stupid. But if Young Boy hop on that record, we're probably talking about record of the summer. So hey, shout out LiAngelo Ball for giving 2025 the great kickoff it needs when it comes to music from basketball players, when it comes to music, period. Shout out to LiAngelo Ball. I want to talk about the song, right? And it's less about the song, it's just more about how we look at artists once they have that one hit, right? And the pressure that might build based off of that. LiAngelo Ball has a hit record. I won't say a hit record, but he has a really good record, right? And he gets club play. I don't know if it's getting radio play because I don't listen to the radio, but they play it in the clubs. They're playing it all over social media. The NFL posted the Lions playing the record after their game. People online are singing the record crazy, and they can't stop singing the record. So the record obviously is getting a good reception from the people, right? Which is always what you want when you are releasing new music or trying to release new music, so on and so forth. Here's the thing, though. Here's the kicker. Can you maintain this? Can you sustain this? Is this something that is maintainable and sustainable? Is this something that you can continue doing, right? Is this something that you can continue to produce? Now, I know I said, hey, don't make music just for yourself. I mean, make music for yourself. Don't make music for other people, right? I know I've said that. But it gets to a point where you have no other option but to think, hey, can I keep doing this at the level that I started doing it? Sometimes you starting low and falling flat on your face is better than you releasing a record and that jump popping off. Because now that's the expectation for everything that you do now. Everything that you do is supposed to be that tweaker song. Everything that you do is supposed to sorry, hit that corner, whoa, whoa. Everything that you're supposed to do is supposed to have that level of energy, that level of notoriety, that level of people loving it, right? And people are going to love it. People are going to love this record. Like I seen on the Rolling Loud, I don't know if this is true or not, but Rolling Loud, I've seen somebody post a Rolling Loud thing. I didn't see it on the official Rolling Loud site, but somebody posted the Rolling Loud flyer and the one in Los Angeles coming up, and it said Jello coming. It said Jello is performing at Rolling Loud, right? And Jello is performing before some major artists, right? But Jello only has one song. And this reminds me the thing that they did with Ice Spice. When Ice Spice got on stage and she couldn't perform, she didn't have no stage presence. All she could do was get on stage and shake ass because that's all she knew how to do at the time. That's kind of, you know what? At the time, about now, same difference. You know, it's not much that has changed. But for the sake of argument, at the time, that's pretty much all she knew how to do. I don't want the same thing to happen to Jello. I don't want that same thing where he goes on stage, he doesn't know how to move, he doesn't know how to control a crowd, he's awkward, he's not very confident, because playing basketball in front of thousands of people is one thing, but performing music and art in front of thousands of people is another thing. That's a whole nother skill, that's a whole nother captivating thing. You don't have a team on stage with you. It's just you. You don't have a team. Artists who perform with bands are 10 times more successful, in my opinion, than artists who perform by themselves, because artists now has a team with them. So if they're not doing good, they have a team to pick them up. You don't have a team. It's going to be you and probably a DJ, which really means it's just going to be you. You have nothing to pick you up if you're falling. If you're bombing, there's nothing to help bring you back up. So what are you going to do when that happens? This is why artist development is so crucial. And that's why it's so dangerous for new artists to catch success very quickly, because very few artists know how to manage that success when it happens that fast. It's like somebody winning the lottery, right? Most lottery winners go broke because they don't know how to manage handling that much money at such a quick time period, right? Think about it. One day they're piss poor broke and they're wondering how they're gonna pay their next bill. The next day they're a fucking 200 millionaire, and that's after taxes, right? So there are 200 million there and they get to take all of that home and they don't know what to do with the money now, right? It's the same. I think that same way with artists, and it's so dangerous when we think about artists and think about quick success and them not building slowly and them not starting with a slow grind to that, right? Again, Jello has a following. Jello has a platform. Jello has all of these things, but these things don't equate to music. These things don't matter when it comes to making records. These things don't matter when it comes to entertaining a crowd on stage. These things don't matter when people start asking, hey, where's the next hit at? These things don't matter. But I will say this to end off. LeVar Ball might be the greatest dad ever. Like, I'm not gonna lie. He might be. People are gonna hate on LeVar Ball. LeVar Ball might be the greatest person to have kids in the history of ever. He has two sons in the NBA and one son who is now a rapper and is doing it successfully to a level of success. No matter, like, depends on what you call success. I think what he's doing is very successful, right? LeVar might need to write a book. I'm not gonna lie. The LeVar Ball might need to write a book. Big Baller Brand, the road to the Kings, right? I don't know what the book's gonna be called, but a big baller brand parenting book. I see that happening in the future. And y'all better give LeVar y'all props the same way I'm gonna give y'all props for listening to today's episode of the Art Spot Podcast. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Before we get on out of here, I will give y'all my Dead or Alive. If you're listening to this for the first time, hello. If this is your last time listening, goodbye. But here on the Art Spot Podcast, we do something called Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive is a segment on the podcast where me or the artist gets to choose artists that we would like to work with that is dead or alive. Now, we can choose one artist, we can choose 100 artists. This is my pod. I'm gonna do whatever I want. I'm gonna choose LiAngelo Ball. I would like to have a sit-down conversation with LiAngelo Ball just to see, after the whole China situation, where he is now and why he decided to go this route with his career, right? I would love to see it. And also, I would love to see Cam's and Mace's reaction to the record. Oh, I am waiting for It Is What It Is to come back on YouTube. I'm waiting for them to come back from their season break so we can talk about it. So they can talk about it. I'm dying to hear their response to this. Thank y'all so much for tuning into another episode of Art Spot Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Curry III. You can follow me on Instagram at Eric Curry III, as ERICCURRYIII. You can follow the podcast at Arts Block Podcast. If you are listening to this on your favorite podcast platform, please give me a 5-star and a review. Just say that this is the greatest podcast you have ever heard in your life, and that will suffice. If you're listening to this on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you can be notified every time we post a pod. Remember that artists never die. Remember that I love you. God loves you. Remember to do something that you love every single day. Do it with meaning, do it with purpose, do it with passion, do it with love. I'ma see y'all when I see y'all, boys. Peace and love.